What is up, YouTube? Today, we're taking a look at the best revised AKS-74 attachments and calibrations in Delta Force. The AKS is an extremely easy weapon to control due to its low fire rate, making it a great pick if you're not as confident with your manual recoil control yet. My last build for the AKS-74 was over 8 months ago, and the console release is happening soon, so it's about that time to give it a much needed refresh. You'll definitely want to focus on hitting headshots to get the best possible time to kill of 240 milliseconds. And with a 30 round magazine, you'll have enough rounds to finish every fight because of the slow fire rate of 533 rounds per minute to create something much better after all of the changes that have happened. This build keeps the same damage and range numbers, but the recoil and handling and stability are all going to the sky with this revised build. And at the end of the build, I will give you a few options of which changes you might want to make depending on your playstyle. With all of that said, let's get into the attachments. First, we begin with a blank AKS, and you might notice that there is no barrel available for this weapon. That was taken off a while ago. So instead, we have these two handguards, and there's really only one option for each one. As you notice here, it's just plain out better control, handling, stability, and even accuracy, along with giving you a new rail slot. So let's just put this on. This is the upper. Now let's put on the lower one, which is the same idea with a better upgrade that just gives you 2 more slots and just better stats overall. So let's put it on. Next up is the muzzle. And I really enjoy the titanium contest muzzle brake here because it gives you a little bit of firing stability and it helps your vertical and recoil control equally. As you can see on the right, most of the recoil is vertical, but because it fires so slow, you really won't feel it too much. Therefore, controlling both the vertical and the horizontal by the exact same amount gives you the best balance that you could find on the weapon. So let's put this on, the titanium contest muzzle brake. Next up is the foregrip, and we're going for the exact same idea where we want to control the vertical and the horizontal recoil by the same amount, although it will hurt our handling and stability by just a tiny little bit, but it really won't hurt us too much at all. We are going to help this a little bit more in a second. Now, because we put on those 2 handguards, you notice that we have the extra slots, but these slots are not going to be filled with anything really, because we don't have the opportunity to put on any patches on them. So therefore, if you want a laser, this is where you would put it on in any of these patches. I'm not going to recommend it today though, because it does hurt the rest of the stats a little bit, just for some more extra handling, and you'll notice how at the end of this build we really don't need any more stats. Don't forget to put on the charging handle because that is free stats and nothing gets hurt from it, so let's just put it on. The default AKS only has 20 rounds, so we need to up that a little bit. Let's put it up to 30 rounds. I find this to be the best option because that fire rate is so slow that 30 should be enough even to get 3 kills in a row. If you would really like to, with this build, you can use the 45 round magazine, but I do still recommend a 30 round mag. It's definitely the best one here. Don't forget to also put on the small mag assist because again, it is just free stats. Then for the optic, I do like to put on something that is raised a little bit, so the Cobra accuracy sight would be the one, but this is preference, so you could go for any other optic that you would ever want to here. I do prefer having something that is a little bit raised though already without a riser, so let's go for the Cobra accuracy sight here today. Then for the rear grip, the AK heavy tower grip, so that we can put on a new grip mount where we're going to find that stability that we are lacking in. This +7 stability is still unbeaten, so let's put this on. Then on the stock, the skeleton sniper stock is really the best one here, the best option if you can control a tiny amount of recoil because of the crazy stats that it gives you. You can tell here that our handling is going to be insane right now, and we're going to make this even better. If these are just too good for you, then I do have a second option in a second, but I would definitely recommend just making sure that you put on the skeleton sniper stock for the best iteration of this weapon. The handling being so high is the reason why I actually think that it could be a good idea to put on the 45 round magazine if you really want it, but just to not mess with the stats, let's keep it like this. Now, as you notice, because those stats are already so high, you really don't need a laser, but if you really want one, just put it on. It's not a problem. I just don't really see a reason to put it on and give out your position by shining a bright laser throughout the map. Now, this is the finished build without any of the calibration calibration. So let's take a look at the detailed stats so you can see what will be changing with the calibration. The damage and the fall off multiplier will not change at all due to the calibration, so this is going to stay the same, but keep in mind, do look at this, that it does 51 damage when you hit somebody in the head. So for this weapon, you do want to focus on hitting the head because it will lower your shots to kill by 1 shot. Therefore, your time to kill will go from 360 milliseconds to 240, which is really good. So next, let's move on to the control. You can see that we have gone from 1x to 0.63x on pretty much every single one of them, and the current firing stability, although it doesn't affect this weapon that much, is already really good. We should be hurting it in a second though after the calibration. Just remember, it's really not that useful on this weapon. So let's move on to the handling now, where you have already seen that these stats are amazing, and the ADS movement speed especially is only going to get better. Moving on to the stability, this is high enough that you barely need to hold your breath, but when you do, your recoil is diminished by a crazy amount. So you definitely should hold your breath, but you don't have to. The breath sway range and the movement stability is going to get slightly worse after the calibration, but those are two stats that you really don't care too much about right now, just because of how high they already are, how good they are already. So let's move on to the calibration now, so that we can make the weapon even better by starting off with the foregrip, putting the placement all the way to the maximum for the extra control, even more control, that's better, and the thickness all the way down to the minimum to make sure that we can up our ADS movement speed, which is really nice to have in general. Then on the rear grip, the weight limit goes all the way up to the maximum again for the extra control, and the thickness all the way down to the minimum for the extra hip fire aim speed, because there's no reason to really go for anything else here. Although your ADS is already super high, this is going to make it better as much as we don't really need it. Moving on to the stock, the weight limit goes all the way to the maximum again because of the extra control. That is definitely a pattern that you always want to go for, and the cheek pad placement all the way down to the minimum for the extra ADS movement speed. We're gonna have quite the fast weapon today. Last but not least, on the optic, the eye relief goes all the way down to the minimum so that you can see as much as possible inside of your optics window. Now let's take a look again at the detailed stats after the calibration so that you can see what has changed. And of course, nothing here has changed at all, so let's move on to the control, where we have decreased the recoil by just about half. This is crazy good. Firing stability is still really good as much as we don't need it. It's just nice to have anyways. And then moving on to the handling, you can see that we have only improved it. Our ADS movement speed is absolutely insane. These are pretty much SMG numbers right now, and our ADS speed is just crazy. This really just allows you to use the weapon at any single distance. Any distance that you ever want to, you can use it in, as long as it's not past 75 meters, because that's where your damage fall off range gets a little too high. So right around here, it's just too much. So right around 80 actually. But this handling does allow you to do anything else. Moving on to the stability, as I said, the sway range changed a little bit. It got a tiny bit worse, but again, this is still 50% of what it was, and same thing with the movement stability. So these numbers are just amazing. Just don't forget to hold your breath whenever possible, as much as you don't really need to on the weapon because the stability is so good, and the control, the recoil, is already really good too. So this recoil reduction when holding breath is only going to make it better, but not absolutely necessary. And now that you know the stats and we have dialed in our attachments and calibration, let's hop into the firing range to see how it handles. Now for this first magazine, I'm not going to control any of the recoil at all, so that you can see what it looks like raw, and as you can tell, it's pretty much just vertical and slightly to the left like that. So to control it for the second magazine, I'm just going to be pulling down and to the right just a tiny little bit, and you can see how good of a grouping we really get without me even trying that hard. But for the third magazine, I am going to hold my breath so you can see exactly how easy it is, and this is pretty much perfect. It's like right on top of each other, so you really won't have any issues controlling this weapon pretty much at all in any instance. This should be no problem for you. Before I do the usual gameplay, let me show you real quick what changes you would want to make here to the weapon, and the main one being that if you're okay with a slower playstyle, then having even higher stability and control is only going to benefit you. So we're going to be dropping the handling here by a lot. As you can tell, our handling, our ADS movement speed, and our ADS speed are not going to be as good, but your control and stability are absolutely going to be insane. So if you're okay with a slower playstyle, then this would be it for you. Let me show you the calibration for the stock here. We would really be moving the weight limit all the way up for the extra control again, and then all the way to the left on the placement for the extra ADS speed, because we actually would need it due to the stock. So let me show you the stats now. Right after that, what it looks like, we'd have a pretty reasonable ADS speed that's actually not bad at all, and pretty good ADS movement speed. This is pretty much just a normal AR's stats. But if you take a look at the control, this is absolutely insane. We only have 44% 94% of the recoil that we used to have, really good firing stability, and the stability itself is just absolutely insane also. So this is an option. If you really want to do this, you could definitely put on the stable stock. Keep in mind though, that is with the 30 round magazine. Do not put the 45 round magazine if you have the stable stock. That would slow down the weapon way too much in my opinion, and that's the main reason why we're going for the 30 if you're going to be putting this on. The only way that you can go for the 45, or that you should go for the 45, is if you have the skeleton sniper stock, because then you have insane amount of handling. So the 45 round magazine really won't hurt you that much. And now that you know these things, let me finish off the video by saying that the AKS-74 is still not in the A tier of weapons, but with this new build and going for headshots, I do think it has a really good spot in the mid B tier to the higher B tier. The perfect sweet spot for the AKS-74 is someone that can go for headshots, but they're relatively new, so they have a harder time controlling the recoil. And now that we have the build locked in, let's jump into a fun game in Knife Edge to see the setup in action. Enjoy! We're in Knife Edge, we're defending as Virant today, which is not my favorite thing ever to defend on Knife Edge, but we'll make it work with the AKS. This is actually a pretty good map for it. Come out again. Aha! You didn't expect that. You didn't expect that either, did you? Peekaboo! Yes, what a start. Could probably actually pick you. Oh my god, I thought that was a smoke bomb. I always play D-Wolf, so I kind of forget that I'm using bombs. Get him there, good. Haha. Oh my god. Okay, I see you. There we go, okay. Good. Now that guy's trying to rocket me again. That's not very nice now. Oh yeah, I see you. Good. Still alive. Let's just cross. Oh my god, how are we still alive? This is why I like Virant. He can heal, and he has really good mobility. I almost got her. I think I hit her on the toe on the last shot there. Let's get you, though. I had a feeling he had to be there. One more shot. Okay, good. I really wish we had a little bit more damage possibility from this weapon. I'm actually a cockroach. Oh no, there's so many. No! No! I think I know what to do, actually. I'm gonna blow the wall. Then go to the side here. See, nobody knows I'm here yet. Nobody has shot me yet. Except maybe you? No? We're good. There we go. Perfect. See, the strategy worked. All you have to do is get away a little bit. From a new angle. New angles. Guy's almost dead. There we go. 78 meters. Super easy, even with a headshot. You really do want to make sure that you go for headshots with this gun. It's super easy to control, so headshots aren't too hard to get. There we go. Yeah, I was saying you really want to get headshots because, as it turns out, the time to kill on this gun is pretty horrible. Oh, hello. Was not expecting somebody to be right there as soon as I spawned. Hold on. I see you up there. But I'm not going to let you kill me. Haha, instead I'm going to kill you with my bomb. Good. Oh no, somebody's behind me too. I don't like that. There's too many of them. What? Did he just forget that I was there? Why did he just run? What a guy. Somebody up here? Who the hell's shooting at me right now? Oh, I see one. Okay, well, I don't understand who's shooting at me. She thought I was gonna pop out of the same spot. What do you think this is? Kindergarten? Grade school? Hold on, I don't know where to go right now. There's actually 0 spots for me to go. Everyone knows I'm here. Now, part of the reason why you really want to get those headshots, at least one headshot per kill, is because your time to kill will drop by a lot. So as it turns out, you have a 360 millisecond time to kill without any headshots. And then if you get one single headshot, that will reduce your time to kill by a lot, by 120 milliseconds, which is kind of crazy. It goes from 360 to 240 milliseconds. ADS, fire. Let's get out of here. What the? Okay, well, I don't know if they're gonna live, but I know I got this one with my bomb. Wait a minute, what are you there already for? Now, did somebody go left? Nope, they're dead. Okay, let's keep going up now. Hello, Recon. She has no health. I need her. I want her. I'm coming to her. Let's get this guy first. Good. Now, where are you? I know you're still there. Oh, my god. Are you not there anymore? Does that reach? Oh, it does. Okay. There's probably a recon beacon there. Yep, there we go. Just destroyed it. Good. Now there's 3 people on these stairs. Well, let's just only show a little bit of my face. A little bit of my head. Not much head, not much. Somebody jumped down though. They're coming. Yep. It's probably another one, isn't there? I don't hear them. So let's assume not. Well, oh my god. I didn't actually mean to drop down. Hello. They gotta be around. Hello. Gotta get the medic, gotta get the medic. Don't even focus on the rest, just get the medic. Haha! It worked! It all worked! Let's go! Usually, my strategies don't work out that well. Oh yeah. It's actually one more, there's two there. Gotta make sure you reload at good moments. There it is. Okay, now let's get out of here. Let's go for the next people. Because they are advancing a little bit, and I don't like that. She knew! But as you saw there, one headshot, and then the rest were just body shots. That's all it took. That was really nice. Got her. Is there another one? Oh, of course there is. Yes, yes, yes. Gotta reload. Nice little spot. Let's get behind. Now there's probably gonna be somebody there in the corner. So that grenade, yeah, that bomb killed him. Good. Let's throw another one. Why not? What the heck? Mans is crazy. Mans are crazy. What are they doing? What are they doing? Hold on. Oh god, that's an enemy grenade. That's kind of wild. Okay, I'm out of here, I think. Let's go this way again. Hello. Hello. Oh no, I'm so dead. No idea where I am. I'm still alive? Question mark? They only have 115 tickets. We're doing so good. This is insane. Okay, so there's one on top here. Make sure to... Actually, there's two. That's kind of dangerous. Got him. I know there's more, though. We're doing so good that I don't think I'll be able to get a guided missile this game. Because my teammates are just doing way too well. Let's throw this out in case there's somebody there. Wait for it to explode. Nobody there, huh? There are... I guess they're kind of there. We're just a little bit further out than I really thought. Oh, there's so many over here. Let's just throw some of these magnetic bombs over to the side. Never see this coming, right? They don't know I'm... Oh, she does know I'm up here. Whoa. Let's reload real quick. We only have 30 rounds, so you do have to constantly reload. But notice, though, how I really haven't been caught out more than once this game with low ammo. It really hasn't happened. Kind of juked that person there. Look at that. Only 6 more tickets on the enemy team. We're doing it, team. We're doing it to them. Doing it quite well, actually. Let's just go forward. I want to get the last kill here. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, let's go. That's the AKS, everybody. We did really well. A little too well, some might say. But that was a 25-minute match. We ended up with quite a bit of kills here. 60 kills already. That was really nice. Now in the comments down below, let me know what you thought of this AKS-74 build, and if you have a way to improve it even more. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. AuxOwl out.